Hi, it's Matt Kendall here once again with Zoe Revellier. No, she said use the term you can pronounce correctly, so we'll go with Revell because it sounds quite posh. Okay, so Zoe today has submitted her case studies and we've just been going through them. So today she can go join the association and become an IEMT practitioner. So Zoe, whereabouts are you in the world and how are things going today?
Things are going good. I'm in Maidstone in Kent, so down south.
Down south. And
Down south.
it's August the summer, and it's kind of sunny today, but I'm not entirely sure where summer has gone for the time being. It's been a bit elusive. It's like Europe's on fire and England is stormy. I'm not quite sure what's kind of going on at the moment. So
Or
you did,
holidays.
yeah,
It's
true.
never nice on them.
So you did your IMT practitioner training in was it July, June, July? A few
Yeah,
months ago. I
yeah.
can actually tell you because I've got the WhatsApp group open. June, right? So you did your training in June. So I know you're into counselling. So before we sort of get into this, what's your background in terms of therapy training and experience, and what your career?
Okay. So I trained for first well, many moons ago. I did my level 2 in counselling. Then I was just working in a sales job, and then I thought, no, I want to go back to counselling, be able to work from home, work around my son. So I did the first year in hypnotherapy training.
Oh, okay.
I did a level 5 diploma in counselling. So that was in counselling placement.
Hmm.
And then from working I did some time in a drug detox and rehab unit, and also sort of generic counselling. But my background is drug addiction. And I I want to work with women. So women who have been through trauma, addiction, abuse, and young people as well. And I found clients that I have, sometimes you can feel that they need something a little bit extra, or they want, if somebody says, oh, I want to be fixed right now, and hang on, you could have like 6 months of counselling, talking therapy, it wouldn't be enough for them. They're more than likely to quit before they got to where they want to be.
Yeah.
So I found IEMT.
And let me ask you, so when you're working with a client, usually was it private work or was it was not like people wouldn't contact you personally, would they? Would it be you say you were working within institutions, if that's correct?
So on placement, because I was training, they would contact the agency.
Right.
They would do the initial form assessment and then pass them over to us, and then we would
Okay.
arrange a time to see them. When I was working it was an NHS unit.
Mm.
I stopped that placement because I didn't think they was ready to therapeutically connect because they was detoxing.
Right. Okay.
But I quite like, I don't want to say I like the trauma side of it, but that's
Mm.
where I feel I belong.
Yeah. I'm exactly the same. I love working with trauma. The worse that the things have happened to people, the more I can generally help them.
Yeah.
So got a background in counselling and also doing some hypnotherapy, working with NHS units and drug rehabilitation. So how did you know about IEMT? Was it something you'd heard about, something it told you, or was it something you just found like
I
serendipitously?
I was looking up different therapies and come across like EMDR, which everyone has kind of heard of.
Hmm.
And I thought, and there's a lot of sort of restrictions around who can do it, how long it takes, and everything
Mm.
like that. Then I came across IEMT and I thought, oh, it sounds like a bit of me. So I signed up for the course. I watched your videos online,
Mm.
trying to find, I like to be able to interact with someone, not be spoken at, but be able to speak to someone. I thought, yeah, he looks fun. So I'll go, yeah, and contacted you.
Cool. So you decided to go through, you watched some videos, and obviously you're in the Facebook group and stuff like that as
Yeah.
well. And then you did the training. So it's just a weekend training. So what did you think about the training? I'll throw lots of questions at you. So the information you got beforehand, what it was actually like going through the training weekend itself, what the aftercare and that lot has been like as well. So what's your whole experience of going through the training been like?
I found getting the emails and the manual first handy, because I like to know that I'm prepared before I do something, and I like to have a look, get it all set out in my head, and know what I'm putting myself in for, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
And it was also sort of really handy being able to plan with my other half, getting my son looked after.
Yeah,
I liked the fact it was online, because I can still be at home, still have like a lunch break to get stuff done. And it's something where I was thinking, you might have to bring up memories and past problems. Also, I'm at home for dealing with that, so I'm at home anyway. But it was really good all the way through, from first contact all the way to after. Well, here we are 2 months later, still in touch.
Absolutely. So after the course itself, there's a Facebook group that everybody's in. There's about nearly 1,000 people in there, I believe.
Yeah.
And I do Facebook Lives most days, answering people's questions.
Yeah.
There's also a WhatsApp group that you go, everyone on your course. I think there's about 14 people on your course. So you've got, a WhatsApp conversation going on there as well. And obviously I'm in those as well. And yeah, just if people have problems as well, they can just email me and WhatsApp me and stuff, and I get back to people. But again, it's more
really handy.
Yeah, it's instantaneous, so it's instant to do.
Yeah.
So you've been through the course. Obviously you've got a background in counselling and stuff anyway. What was it like using IEMT with your case studies?
Obviously it's a case study, so the first session, first person, I was like, nervous, but I think it's one of those things, I was very much aware that it's a learning thing as well. So I thought, do what I've learned, do my best, and it's not as if you're not approachable to be able to say, look, I'm struggling, or the WhatsApp group, everyone kind of G's each other on, is there to support. So I really enjoyed it. It was nerve-wracking, but I got over myself and thought, I'll send it over, and I liked it.
And what were the results like that you were able to generate for your clients straight off the bat?
Good. One was really amazed and loved it. Another person, she liked it. She had good results. There's still more work to do on both of them, which is good, because they've said they're happy to have another session. So it's not as if they've tried it and gone, not interested. They both really liked it. So
now you've got this set of tools, the IEMT tools. How do you see you using them in the future in combination with your counselling?
In all honesty, most people, I think, if they've got bad memories or they've had a trauma, nearly all of them could have IEMT. Or I've used it quite a few times with people, just to give them some relief from it's not change the past, not turning into like, I love what's happened to me.
No,
to not have that like, whenever they think of it. So it's nice.
And what I find as well when working with counsellors, they often use IEMT for like the heavy lifting. So for the big emotions, the big memories, the identity stuff. And then they can actually talk about the thing, but without becoming emotional. So I do think there's huge value in talking about stuff, but not if it's just going to re-traumatize, re-trigger, and create abreaction or crying. People are wondering what that is. But talking through something to really understand it, I think, is really valuable. But doing it from an objective perspective, I think, is a very good way of doing it.
And I think that's it, looking at it because after, they can be, I haven't changed my view around it. I'm still angry, but I don't feel so connected to it. It's like it's further away or more distant, or I just feel like I don't care as much about something.
Do you know, the word I hear an awful lot is significance. The significance being removed or lowered. And again, so we're not trying to, because people think it's like removing memories. It's like removing it. It's not removing it. It's changing the way that you see it. That's a ball level. But it's literally when you change your how you see something, it completely changes your experience of it. In fact, I know this is a bit of a weird thing, but I saw this really interesting slideshow the other day and it was famous theatres, but from the stage view. Because usually when you're in a theatre, you're seeing it from the audience perspective, and you're seeing the. But when you see it from the back of the stage, so what's upstage centre, you see all the workings behind the theatre and all the flat, and then you see like the audience. And it's a complete, although it's the same building, it's a 180 of perspectives, and it's just a really interesting thing. And I think IEMT is a lot like that. It allows you to see something from like a different perspective.
Yeah.
And it gives it a different meaning, and it allows you to disconnect from it emotionally, to have that emotional charge. And that means in the present day, you have better control of your emotion and cognitive ability to make better choices based on information in front of you, not because of your reactions.
And not beat yourself up.
Yeah.
You know, one lady, she had gone through something bad, always beating herself up over it. You should have done this, should have done that. But then after doing the eye movement, she was like, oh, it's not my fault.
This is exactly, yeah.
Hasn't changed it, hasn't changed what happened, but you can now see, which was, it was really nice.
Yeah, that's it. It is. And it just gives people a lot of relief from it as well. Well, thank you very much. If people to get in contact with you, you have what's your website and socials and stuff like that?
Zoe Revell Counselling and Psychotherapy.
And is that all one? Is that a website?
Or website is zoerevellcounselling.co.uk.
Okay, brilliant. I will put a link to that. So I want to say thank you very much for your time and congratulations. And I'm looking forward to seeing how you're going to use it in the future.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.